I'd like the council to consider the one applicant who has said he is not going to be running in the spring election, and that's Mr. John Blair. He would be here for a temporary period of time, the remaining 6 months of Councilman Van Allen's term. I'm totally jazzed that everyone is so qualified and wants to step forward. And I sincerely mean this. I hope every one of you run and make it on town council. And I do know what that means. It means I wouldn't be here, but that's okay, because I think every one of you has the town's best interest at heart and will keep furthering the town and setting us up to enter the next 50 years. So in closing, it's going to be difficult, and I would ask the council to consider Mr. Blair's service for the next 6 months.
Well, I would like to say that Melissa pretty much said what I wanted to say. This is a tough, probably, this is my 6th year on council, and this is probably going to be the toughest decision I ever had to make. All the other decisions were simple, business, financial, whatnot. But I know 5 of you, and I just met Heather today, and just reading your one-page letters and speaking with you through the years that I've known some of you, this is really tough. When it involves people, it's always to me the toughest decision to be made. And like Mike has said, Arthur, we're blessed with a lot of talent in this town. I've always said it, this town is loaded with talent, and if people would step up to the plate, we'll just keep moving forward here in the future. And I feel like Melissa, I hope all years run. If I didn't get elected, it wouldn't break my heart one bit, knowing that there's 7 good people on the town council to move the town forward. But trust me, I'd be there to help at any time. Anyway, it's going to be a tough decision tonight.
First, my apology to all of you. I'm the one guy you probably didn't meet. I had some family emergencies take me away, and knowing that I wouldn't be able to meet with all of you, I decided that it would be best that I try not to meet with any. So that was a conscious decision on my part, knowing I couldn't hit you all, and I just figured, let me hear it all at one time. There's an old expression, what a difference a day makes. I'm thinking 2-3 years back, you couldn't get someone to run for town council here if it was a paying job. And tonight I'm looking out going, wow, this is great stuff. This is going to be a hard call. But no matter who it is, I hope everyone who's spoken tonight start coming to council meetings and run or do something, because you're all what we need. I mean, the town needs everybody I heard from tonight can contribute and add something. And I think everyone sitting up here will say, we sit up here because we think we do a good job at this. If other people who do a good or better job wanted the job, God bless. You haven't heard anybody tonight that wouldn't do it as well as any of us sitting up here, especially if you start coming to meetings and hear some of the restrictions and limitations and all that stuff. So thank you again for coming.
This isn't a temporary position. This is something that in your gut tells you, this is important to me. That's the candidate I want, the candidate with a passion that wants to make a contribution to the community. So that was my comment from the
Councilman Joseph Schwan.
I too respectfully must disagree with Vice Mayor Price.
This is the most contentious we've been in 2 years.
I'll buy it very clearly. We've talked, and when I say we've talked, there's been a lot of talk about 4-year staggered terms. And the biggest reason that people talk about 4-year staggered terms is to provide continuity of council. When I was elected, along with 5 others, we were 5 freshmen, or 1 woman, 1 fresh woman, and 4 freshmen.
Then I started.
The end result is we had a learning curve, a burden on the town clerk, a burden on the town administrator, the accountant, and other people as we learned what was going on. As I said earlier, I ran to prevent naysayers getting elected. I've made it clear to my colleagues that I'm not interested in running again, so there's a vacancy automatically. But I would encourage the interested 6 to participate with committees, to come to the council meetings, the workshops, the budget meetings. There are things that you can do while not being on council. And I think that's as important as being on council.
All of you are my friends. Some of you have been my friends for years, some for several days, but all of you are my friends. This will be my most difficult decision. I have to choose one. I'm not considering the person chosen the best. I'm considering it for 1 out of 6 who simply has to fill this seat. We can only choose one, we'll choose one, and I hope all of you stay engaged. There are things you can do, as Councilman Jimson said, and we appreciate the volunteers in this community who add to the vibrancy of this government. So I encourage you to stay engaged, run in the next election if you choose, but you would be an asset to the town. I'm sorry I can't put 6 of you up here and give each of you a 1/6 of a vote. It just doesn't work that way. We'll choose one. Unless there are further comments, I'd ask Betsy Wise, Town Clerk, to explain the ballot process and conduct the first ballot.
Ballot 1. Councilmember Farrar voted for John Crane. Councilmember Jimson voted for John Crane. Councilmember Miller voted for Heather Burgett. Mayor Schwan voted for John Crane. Vice Mayor Price voted for John Blair. Councilmember Saltzman voted for John Crane. There are 4 votes for John Crane, 1 for John Blair, 1 for Heather Burgett. John Crane is your next council member.
John, you're still with us, I hope?
Yes, I am.
Congratulations, Councilman.
Thank you for trusting me, placing trust in me, and it's very humbling. So, thank you very much.
And to the other 5 people, there is opportunity. Thank you very much for volunteering.